Now on News 18 at 10, with the fall semester just around the corner, Purdue has selected a project manager for new residence halls. A look at what the university is hoping to accomplish coming up. And areas of Lafayette are experiencing internet outages. What's to blame for a MetroNet outage and when crews expect to have service restored just ahead.
Oh boy, what a beautiful night underway. We've got widespread 50s by tomorrow morning. Enjoy. We've got the latest though on more storms in your forecast. Next.
News 18 on the CW at 10 starts now. WLFI Lafayette. News from where you live.
Good evening. I'm Alexis Moberger. Thanks for joining us. Well, Purdue University has selected Plenary Group as its preferred developer for 2 new residence halls. News 18's Jordan Burrows joins us now with information on who the group is and what the project is all about. Hey there, Jordan.
Hey, yeah, well, the Plenary Group is a long-term investor, developer, and manager for public infrastructures. But in this case, the public infrastructure includes residence halls. Plenary will become the project manager once the facilities are completed. But that's if the group is chosen as a partner for the housing facilities at Purdue. Many universities around the country are making way for the influx of incoming students, and Purdue wants to be ready. The new residence halls will add approximately 1,300 beds. Purdue officials have chosen the Plenary team because they believe they will meet the exact goals they are looking for. Don Peterson says the cost affordability, aesthetics, and long-term partnership went a long way in helping choose Plenary. However, the big goal for Purdue is making sure the project is following schedule.
The goal is to deliver it on time and have the beds available for the 2021 calendar year, academic year, and deliver great projects.
That project is slated to be done in the fall of the 2020 school year. So incoming students will have a new residence hall to choose from. And the only thing I know for a fact is that there definitely will be air conditioning. Jordan Burrows, News 18.
Thanks, Jordan. A bike share program started in the Purdue Foundry is getting pushed off campus after Purdue signed an exclusivity contract with its competitor. Starting August 1st, you'll only be able to find 1 bike share program on Purdue's campus instead of 2. The Bright Teal Bikes, known as VO Rideshare, is ceasing its program at Purdue. It comes after the university signed an exclusivity contract with Massachusetts-based Zagster. The VO Ride startup was launched by 2 Purdue grads and the Foundry back in October of 2017. VO Ride launched its pilot program on campus, but the program never had a contract with Purdue. Over the next 2 weeks, VO Ride owners say they'll be clearing out all of the bikes still left on campus. Some Purdue students say the news comes as a shock.
I sort of find that peculiar. I would think that the university would, be a stronger advocate or support of, centrally, funded and founded startups.
VO Ride owners say they are now taking the bikes that were on campus and deploying them to other places. The program has already expanded to the University of Kansas and New England College. However, VO Ride headquarters will still remain in West Lafayette. Well, if you're a MetroNet user and had or are still having issues with your internet connections, you're not alone. According to a MetroNet representative, a piece of construction equipment is to blame. The representative told us the equipment fell and made a fiber cut. Apparently, some areas in Lafayette have been having issues for most of the day, but rest assured that crews have been working on the issue. They anticipate problem areas to be restored sometime tonight within the next couple of hours. Plans are in the works to link 3 major areas in Lafayette. You may remember the city studying the 5 Points neighborhood and the Columbian Park neighborhood. That was all a part of a larger plan to connect the 2 areas to downtown. Lafayette Mayor Tony Rozorsky says the city's plan is to build a corridor that begins downtown on Main Street. The infrastructure will make it easier for people to walk from downtown to the 5 Points neighborhood and to Columbian Park. Rozorsky is confident if the city does its part, the interest and investment will continue to grow.
We're not going to build housing. We're not going to build restaurants. We're trying to put the infrastructure and the amenities in place that government should be involved with. Then we're hoping that the private sector will come in and do the rest.
He says the corridor will be especially positive for development in the 5 Points neighborhood because it is right in between Loeb Stadium and downtown. Major work is underway on the new eastbound Sagamore Parkway bridge over the Wabash River. Crews are pouring the new bridge deck. Due to the work, North River Road is closed from Soldiers Home Road to Robinson Street in West Lafayette. It will remain closed until late tomorrow afternoon, when work is expected to wrap up. This work was originally scheduled for last week, but it was delayed. At last check, the bridge could still be completed by its late summer deadline. Well, it was another warm day, but temperatures may be falling. Chief Meteorologist Chad Evans joins us now with that first look at the forecast. Hey there, Chad.
Yeah, hey there, Alexis. You know, at least the humidity's been dropping all afternoon, but we still managed to get into the 80s over the entire area. We'll talk more about storms by the end of the week next.
Today marks 1 year since the sketch of the alleged Delphi murderer was released to the public. Since then, state police have used the sketch to familiarize people with what the killer's face could look like. It was sent out just 5 months after Abigail Williams and Liberty German were killed walking along the Delphi historic trails. The sketch is a single eyewitness's description. They describe the man as 5'6" to 5'10", 180 to 220 pounds with reddish brown hair. Police say the sketch has helped more than hurt, and that's led to 35,000 tips so far in the investigation. Even though the message is clear by now, Sergeant Kim Riley says no tip is too small.
We have solved a lot of cases because of this case. We've recovered stolen property. We've found meth labs. We've put people in jail because of this case. We would just like to put the bad guy in jail. That's what we're trying to do.
As always, anyone with information on the deaths of Abby and Libby can call the tip line at 844-459-5786 or email Abby and Libby tip at cacoshrf.com. Now coming up on News 18 at 11 over on CBS, Trevor Peters shows us the importance of this milestone. A body scanner is expected to help keep contraband out of the Tippecanoe County Jail, but its name can be deceiving. News 18's Kayla Sullivan found out this machine can scan much more than people.
17R17, please.
Inside a jail cell, there's often more than what meets the eye.
Sheriff Barry Richard purchased the scanner out of the commissary for $189,000. Lehman says it has been operating for about a month now. Well, Lafayette School Corporation is now considering taking advantage of a state-funded program to increase school safety. This comes just a week after Governor Eric Holcomb's office announced the initiative. In the recent wake of school shootings across the country and in Noblesville, schools that will apply will receive one wand for every 250 students. All public charter and non-public schools are eligible for the handheld detectors. News 18 sat down with school superintendent Les Huddle. He says the program seems like a good idea, but it'll just take time.
We're going to have to figure out how to use these, how to train people to use them, what happens when you do get a hit. Who's going to do it, because usually when school starts, everyone already has some type of assignment.
Schools should receive the devices by mid-August. So far, more than half of public schools across the state have already signed up for the detectors. Well, if you plan to be out on Lake Freeman, NIPSCO says you should be aware why lone rainfall amounts could put boaters in danger and what NIPSCO has to say. That's next.
Oh, very nice dew points tonight. Check it out. Those are all well within the comfortable range, except Crawfordsville, but you're getting there. We'll talk more about when it'll get a little more humid and we'll get some rainfall by late in the week next.
You're watching News 18 on the CW at 10. News from where you live.
A Lafayette man is being held in the Tippecanoe County Jail on 3 charges of child molesting. 54-year-old Monty Harvey was booked into the jail late yesterday afternoon. Tippecanoe County prosecutors say the incidents happened multiple times between June of 2017 and June of 2018. According to court documents, the victim is under the age of 14. Prosecutors say Harvey admitted to touching the victim's private area. Harvey is being held on $100,000 surety and $10,000 cash bond. NIPSCO is warning boaters about dropping water levels on Lake Freeman. An abnormal low flow event watch has been issued for the lake. Flows at the Winnemac gauging station have gone down. NIPSCO says without additional rainfall, water levels could continue to fall. Because of these low levels, the Department of Natural Resources is reminding boaters to keep an eye out for any objects under the surface of the water like tree stumps.
Now, your Precision 18 forecast. News 18. Weather from where you live.
Well, the weather looks very nice until Friday. Tomorrow's going to be comfortable. Same thing Thursday, just a little bit warmer, but it's humid, and we got showers and storms ahead in the 70s area-wide. 7-day outlook, normal highs 85, 83 on Thursday, 85 and humid Friday, only 70s for the upcoming weekend, Alexis. Even though there's some wet weather around, hey, 77 degrees.
I'm excited to hear
Yeah,
that.
me
77, too. That sounds nice.
Yes, you bet.
All right, great. Hey, thanks, Chad. Well, this week, students are seeing firsthand what it takes to be a Lafayette police officer. A look at how they put their skills to the test coming up. And if you are at Columbian Park this evening, you may have seen more than just some baseball. We'll show you how some danced the night away and more, all to celebrate the arts.
You're watching News 18 on the CW at 10. News from where you live.
Area students will spend the next 3 days learning everything from self-defense to crime scene investigation, all a part of the Lafayette Police Department's Junior Academy. The program kicked off today. It's in its 5th year. Kids today learned about traffic stops and how to safely pull someone over for a violation like speeding. They spent the first part of their day in a classroom setting, learning about the scenario. Then they headed outside to put their skills to the test with a real LPD car. Columbian Park was a little more colorful than usual tonight, and there was even some salsa dancing. It was Latin Night at Art in the Park, hosted by Lafayette Parks and Recreation. Visitors danced to the Latin Fusion Band, and many local artists showcased their traditional pieces, and even some unique ones. Kelsey Bates frequently attends Art in the Park. She says her handmade jewelry line is a way to honor her late mother, but that's not all.
10% of every purchase a person makes goes to help orphans in Myanmar, and I figured this would be a good way I could give back.
There is only one more Art in the Park scheduled for this summer. Then it'll be on August 7th at Armstrong Park. Well, a trip to Goodwill turning into a mission that may unlock history. Why a $15 slide projector has one woman searching for answers when we return.
You're watching News 18 on the CW at 10. News from where you live.
A woman in Georgia is hoping to find the owners of some family photos after she found them inside an old projector purchased at Goodwill. The slides don't have any names or location, but they do leave behind subtle clues. The pictures show a family with military ties and women wearing gowns and party dresses. The photos feature cars from the mid to late 1950s. The projector's box had just one word scribbled on it: Kansas. Well, I hope she's able to figure out what that is.
Yeah, very
interesting story.
Yeah.
Well, that's all the time we have for tonight. Thanks for joining us. See you again tomorrow. Until then, head over to WLFI.com.
Have a great night.